Good morning, friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Verma Academy online platforms. Friends, I am Dr.Sanjay Kumar Verma. I shall teach you today about grammar, and in this grammar, I shall teach about sentence types. This chapter will be third chapter of the grammar. So I request to all of you, please like, subscribe, and share my videos. Let us go with me onto the topics that I am going to teach. The topics would be verbs types or types of verbs. In these topics, I had told you previous classes that there are 5 types of verbs. Number first, intransitive verb. Number second, transitive verb. Number third, linking verb. Number fourth, auxiliary verb, and number fifth, phrasal verbs. Okay, in which I had taught to all of you about intransitive verbs. Today, topics would be transitive verb. Transitive verb. Transitive verb. Try to understand. The sentence in which it is used an object, that word will always be called transitive verb. Or the sentence that show about an object, that word will always be called transitive verb. Note down. The sentence or those sentences that use with an object, those sentences that used with an object that verbs are called transitive verbs. Okay. Those sentences that use with an object, that verb, are called transitive verb. As try to understand. Ram reads a book. You, number second, you play cricket. In both of the sentences, a book and cricket, both words are used as an object. Object. So verbs reads and play will always be called transitive verb. Transitive verb. Okay. In above examples, a book and cricket, both words are used. Both words are used as an object. As an object. So the verbs of both sentences. So the verbs of both sentences reads and play. Reads and play. Are used as transitive verb. Transitive verb. Transitive verb. Once again, try to understand. Those sentences that used with an object, that verbs are called transitive verb. In both of these sentences, a book and cricket, both words are used as an object. So both verbs reads and play are called transitive verb. Okay, because these are used as transitive verb. Once again, try to understand. This sentence that is used with an object, that word will always be called transitive verb. And before today, in next previous classes, I had told you about intransitive verb, that the sentence in which does not use an object, that word will always be called intransitive verb. But here, in this transitive verb, that is always used an object. So that verb is called transitive verb. Once again, the sentence in which it is used an object, that word will always called transitive verb. And the sentence in which does not use an object, that word will always be called intransitive verb. So here is difference only object. When in the sentence is used an object, that word will always be called transitive verb, and the sentence in which does not use an object, that word will always be called intransitive verb. Okay. So next heading would be transitive verb with two object. Transitive verb with transitive verb with two object. Transitive verb with two object as Ram bought me a radio set. Ram bought me a radio set. In this sentence, here is used two objects, me and a radio set, that is used as an object. Okay, just wait for a moment. Try to understand. Ram bought me a radio set. In this sentences, here is used two object. In this in this sentence, here is used two object, in which first object me is used as indirect object, and second object a radio set is used as direct object. May is used as indirect object, and radio set is used as direct object. Okay, radio set is used as direct object. Always remember this point that probably indirect object is always used just before direct object. Probably indirect object is always used just before direct object. Direct object. Always remember this point that indirect object is always used just before direct object. But when direct object is used, just before indirect object, just before indirect object preposition to or for is always used between both of the objects as change this order of the object. Ram bought a radio set to me. Ram bought a radio set to me, or Ram bought a radio set for me. To are for Ram bought a radio set to me or for me. In this sentence, a radio set is used as direct object, and may is used as indirect object. May is used as indirect object. Okay, always remember this point that when direct object is used just before indirect object, preposition to or for is always used between both of the object. Means to or for is used as preposition. Always remember this point that when direct object is used just before indirect object, preposition to or for is always used between both of the object. But when indirect object is used just before direct object, preposition to or for will not be used between both of them. Okay? Okay? Always remember these points. Okay? Just I am going to erase and remember not direct object that is lifeless, lifeless. Direct object that is lifeless is also called direct object that is lifeless is also called inanimate. That is also called inanimate. Inanimate means direct object are lifeless. And number second, and indirect object that is living things is also called inanimate object or living things is also called animate. Always remember both of these points, that direct object or lifeless is also called inanimate, and indirect object or living things is also called animate. Means in this sentence, direct object means reduce it, that is a direct object is called inanimate, and me, that is living things, that is called indirect object is also called animate. Indirect object means animate and direct object means inanimate. Always remember these points. Animate is also called indirect object, and inanimate object is also called animate. Okay? Probably indirect object or animate is also used just before direct object or inanimate. But when direct object or inanimate is also used just before indirect object or animate, it is always used preposition to between both of the objects. preposition to or for. Okay. In this sentence, Ram bought a radio set to or for me. Radio set is used as direct object or inanimate or lifeless, and me is used as indirect object or animate or living things. Or living things. Okay? Living things. Living things. And to or for is used as preposition. To or for is used preposition. Always remember this point, that when indirect object is used just before direct object, preposition to or for will not be used between both of them. But when direct object is used just before indirect object, preposition to or for will be used between both of them. Okay? So here is end this class. I would like to finish this class here. Thanks for watching this video.